How's it going, everybody? Frank here for the Bakersfield Gentleman with my brother Miguel, and today we're going to be taking a look at some cigars that came to us from a factory in Honduras. Right now it's a small company, but they've got a lot of experience behind them. They're called Pendrey Guillen Cigars, and that's what we'll be reviewing today. Okay, everybody, so these cigars were sent in to us by Mr. Carlos Pendrey, and he is one of the owners of this cigar company. And basically what happened was they were working in a small factory manufacturing other cigars in Honduras in 2008, and around 2017 it seems they decided that, hey, you know what, we had enough of making other people's cigars, let's make some cigars of our own. That's awesome. I think that's a great idea. With all the years they have in the industry, I think that gives them a real edge in making their own blend of cigars. So the ones he sent us are called the Commando, and they're a very interesting cigar. They come in two varieties, the Maduro and the Connecticut. And what they do is they actually take parts of the wrapper leaf, other wrapper leaves like the Candela, the Connecticut, and the Maduro, and they kind of camouflage it, if you will. I think it looks really cool. I think the name fits well, Commando. You think military, you think that camouflage, and that does an absolutely beautiful job doing that. The band is very nice. Looks like dual lions with crowns on them in gold, on a backdrop of black with gold edging. So that is sure to pop. Black and gold is always a favorite of mine. Doesn't really matter all that much, but it's my high school colors were black and gold, and for some reason that's just always appealed to me. So there is that. And real quick, just some more on the factory side itself and how these are made. They are filled with leaves from Jalapa and Candega and La Entrada. The binder is Indonesian, and depending on which version you go with, it's a Connecticut US or a Mexican Maduro wrapper. So they're only using top-notch quality stuff here, and their prices are really, really good. It takes about 6 to 8 days to get it to you because they ship directly from the factory, and they will send you a tracking number once you place your order and they've begun to ship it. So that's always good too. They do have a pricing list here that I believe you can find online. If not, you can always message them and they will get that to you. There is a $25 shipping fee for what you order, but you only pay it once. So if you get 2 or more bundles at one time, you're only paying that once. And honestly, looking at some of these bundle prices for 20 count bundles, you add on the $25 shipping and handling cost, and that's still a really, really good price, you guys. I don't want to get into numbers on the actual video, but if you guys just look them up, I mean, you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. That looks like it's going to be a great deal.
Yeah, we'll be sure to put their link in the description then. Yeah,
their Facebook page is PG Cigar for Pendrey Guillen. I hope I'm saying that right. Guillen. Yeah.
You can even see it on the back right there. It says PG on that. I actually like that myself. I know it makes no sense, but it reminds me of the movie ratings.
Right.
And yeah, so it's a for everyone kind of cigar.
So we are doing our Cigar Inspector cigar tasting sheet. I've went ahead and I've already filled out most of the information. It comes from their factory in the not Dominican Republic, in Honduras. It's a wrapper of Connecticut or San Andreas. Nicaraguan fillers, Indonesian binder. And as far as color and appearance go, Miguel, I circled double claro, and Maduro, just because I think those are the colors I'm getting off of this camouflage. And I did put that it was a camouflage wrapper, and I really, I'm digging it. You see Barber Pole a lot, but this camouflage patchwork is very cool. A couple pieces are raised up a little bit on the corners, but I'm not going to knock them big for that. I think it's a very interesting design, and one that I can only think I've seen in one other spot, and that's the Got Your Six.
Yeah, that is true. Honestly, I was looking at mine, trying to thoroughly check it out for those raised areas. That's what I was thinking about the first time. None of them on my cigar are raising up right now. It's all completely smooth to the wrapper. So whatever they did on this guy, maybe just the shipping maybe jostled yours a little bit, but it looks like they're made with a lot of care. And the smell to it and the feel to it is really excellent too. I mean, it's a very nice oily sheen to it.
For the patchwork it is, it's actually a relatively smooth cigar, which is great. You know, you don't feel a whole lot of raise spots where it switches wrappers. Again, mine does have a little piece here and there that does raise that you'll feel, but for the most part, it's nice and smooth. And as you're saying about the smell, Mike, I'm actually going to cut mine now so I can see if I can get a little bit of a smell off of here from the head and the foot, because it's got some interesting smells going on. It's got a little bit of the hay. It's got a little bit of a sweet. So I get hay, I get sweet, and I get spicy. Now, I don't know if that's just me or if that's because it's all these wrappers and fillers and all that mixing together in one. I think it's great. So that's what I'm going to write here.
Definitely a hay. Definitely can agree with that.
Now let's see how the cold draw is. Very open on the cold draw, and I am picking up more sweetness on the draw.
Just a hint of pepper for me.
Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and get these lit up and get through the first third, and we'll be back with you in just a second. Okay everybody, we're about 1/3 in of the way on this Commando by Pendrey Guillen, and I gotta say it's been really enjoyable this far. It started off with a nice heavy spice, not an aggressive spice, but a heavy spice that was rounded out at the finish by like a honey sweetness. I was getting plenty of good aged tobacco as well as some oak wood flavor going on in there. Mike, any notes on your flavors?
Yeah, there was a bit of spice in the beginning, but it's already kind of taken the back seat. It was pleasant in the beginning, definitely liked that. And the different wrappers give it just a little slightly different flavor as you go through. Not unbelievably noticeable, but just subtly, and I like that a lot actually. And yeah, so far the flavors have been very pleasant, very nice. And the construction itself has also been pretty great. The burn line's pretty even. The ash is falling off decently. Not in solid chunks, but it's all going into the ashtray, which is all I care about. And the smoke output, along with the draw, unbelievable.
Oh, top notch on that.
Yeah.
As I said before, you guys, I know that smoke output has no effect on the flavor of a cigar whatsoever, but for me as a cigar smoker, I want to see heavy smoke, and I know a lot of other cigar smokers out there are like that. There's some that don't care either way as long as they enjoy it, but for me, I do like to see that heavy smoke, and that is definitely something I'm getting out of this Commando. As Miguel said, the draw was nice as well. Mine is a completely open draw, so I am kind of taking a little bit more time with this. I don't overheat the tobacco, but not a huge problem there.
No.
And the finish itself is very nice. You get that tingle from the spice in the back of the throat, but my lips and the rest of my palate all have that sweetness that I was talking about, that honey sweetness. So they're very nice at balancing each other out. As far as strength goes, it's still pretty mild right now, but I expect it to ramp up as we get further into the cigar, maybe halfway through the second third. So,
yeah, that makes sense to me.
Alright guys, we'll continue going on with this Commando, get to the second third, and be back with you in just a second. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm already starting to get into the last third here. Miguel is still in his second third. So they are burning a little bit different rate of speed. Again, that could have a lot to do with the amount you draw and the frequency that you draw, as well as the cigar itself. So not a big issue there. I'll just probably finish mine a little faster than Miguel does. As far as construction goes, I'll start off with construction, Mike.
Okay.
The ash is still falling off in semi-solid chunks, couple flakes here and there, not a big issue whatsoever. Just make sure you have a big enough ashtray to catch it on, that's it.
Yeah, you're not going to win any long ash contests with this guy.
Right. As far as burn goes, almost razor sharp. It is starting to kind of peak on one side. I just simply rotated it and it starts to self-correct itself. again, not a big deal. Smoke output is still phenomenal on this, as well as the draw. So pretty much all positives on that one. Mike, how's your flavor?
Pretty excellent. Now, I should have pointed out before, as you said, I believe in the beginning, he's having the Maduro, I'm having the Connecticut, so we're going to get slightly different things here. But I'm still getting, I think, pretty similarities as far as, I'm getting a little bit of grassiness. There's a slight sweetness that I'm really enjoying in the back end, and a lot of wood, a lot of woodiness, which I've always been a fan of it as a flavor as well. Right now I'm not at a spot where it has the extra wrappers, but the flavors themselves, when you get to them, it does lean a little towards what I would expect to get from them. I'm getting just a tiny bit more grassiness, or maybe even an herbaliness whenever I hit that candela, and a little darker flavors, a little more predominant notes. One that I guess reminds a little bit of what would you consider that, Maduro?
Yeah, that's the Maduro.
That's the Maduro cuts on mine.
The way to tell them apart is you'll notice a lot more of one or the other wrapper, whether it's the Connecticut or the Maduro, and then of course the opposite will be for the patch job. As you can see on, well, you can't see now because I've smoked most of it, but you can see on Miguel's, it's mostly the Connecticut wrapper with patches of Candela and Maduro. Mine was the opposite. It was mostly Maduro with patches of Connecticut and Candela. So that's just an easy way to tell them apart. For flavors, excuse me, I was getting a very heavy oak, a slight spice now, and still a good honey sweetness, which I am enjoying a lot. But we'll go ahead and we finish these out, you guys. Give you a conclusion on our final scores in just a minute. So hopefully you guys will stick with us. Alright guys, so as I anticipated, I did get through mine a lot faster than Miguel did. Not a big deal. They just smoked a little different.
You know, I also noticed though, when you were talking about yours being a very open draw, mine is as well, which I'm not complaining, but I was just trying to babysit a little bit more, to not overheat the tobacco like you were talking about earlier. And that might have affected a little bit too, but I'm not complaining. I'm glad I have a little bit more to go, because it's been a great cigar.
Absolutely. So as far as my last notes went, you guys, on the last third, I was picking up more of a cinnamon spice with some grassy sweetness, earthiness to it. Very, very enjoyable. And as per our last part of this flavor section, it said aroma. And as far as aroma went, I got good aged tobacco and wood is what I put down there. Mike, how about you?
I also put a nice wood smell, like next to a really nice campfire. Like even a little bit better than that, honestly. Like you're burning a really nice oak out there, which I'm not going to carry oak to a campsite anytime soon.
Right.
But if I did, it would smell amazing, just like this did. I can tell people around who may not be smokers themselves would enjoy this aroma. It's very pleasant.
And as far as the rest of our notes go, you guys, for construction, I put the draw was open, the burn was good, the ash was flaky, but it was okay. Not a big deal. My overall common strength, medium to full. Lots of great smoke output. And I paired it actually with Diet Coke today, but I'm thinking it'd pair a lot better with a nice, robust porter or stout beer. As far as point scale goes, appearance, I gave it a 17 out of 20 because I really dig that unique camouflage wrapper. I really liked it. As far as flavors, I gave it 37 out of 40. Construction, 26 out of 30, and overall 9 out of 10 for a grand score of mine of an 89 out of a possible 100, which is a great score.
That is an excellent score. I actually have it at 86 because my ash was definitely flaky. That was the only construction issue I had. The burn was excellent. You can still tell how great that is. All the way down, you got much further than I did, and it still looks perfect. The draw was unbelievable. The smoke output's incredible, which I love because I'm getting that flavor all the way through. My last bit was a slight spice with some sweetness, and that grassy woodiness kind of stayed with me. Other notes I had that I want to make sure. Yeah, the unique, what's the word I'm looking for? The unique presentation of the cigar.
Correct.
Was excellent. I love the band. I love the other bit of wrapper on there. And it made for a unique experience, and I would definitely recommend picking this up as soon as you get a chance.
Oh, absolutely, you guys. Make sure you guys go to PG Cigars on Facebook and check them out. See if what they have there is something that might fit your budget. Again, I really do think the 20 cigar bundles are a really, really good deal, even if you include that $25 shipping and handling cost. you're still getting a really good deal on some really excellent cigars. Miguel's going to be smoking their Candela version in a little while. Unfortunately, we only got one of those, and we flipped a coin, and I lost. So I will be a gentleman about it, and I will let him have it. But we do want to thank Mr. Carlos Pendrey for sending these in for us to try. Hopefully, we did his cigars justice today, and I hope you guys liked the review enough, and it sparked your interest. You guys will definitely go check out PG Cigar on Facebook, and yeah, just give them a try, you guys. Really great and enjoyable cigar.
Absolutely.
And that uniqueness factor of that wrapper for me is really a second selling point next to the flavors that I thought were top notch. But they just look really cool, you guys. So make sure you guys check out PG Cigar on Facebook. And as always, guys, we'll be live again Saturdays and Tuesdays. So make sure you guys join us on the shows, and we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you look out for Cigars for Warriors, and donate what you can when you can. Great organization that gets cigars into the hands of the troops. And of course, always look up Cigar Rights of America, fighting for our rights as cigar smokers all across the U.S. And we look forward to trying some more Pendrey cigars, Pendrey Guillen cigars rather, very soon. PG Cigars. Check them out, guys. Have a good one.